So you've decided you're in the market for a brand new driver, but what things should you consider when spending your hard-earned money? I'm going to talk you through my top 10 things to consider when buying a new driver, and I'm going to do it now. Hey everyone, James Robinson here. If this is your first time watching my content and you're brand new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you like course vlogs, if you like club reviews, if you like club comparisons, if you like completely and utterly free golf tips to help you with your golf game, as I said, make sure you smash that subscribe button, put the thumbs up so I know that you're enjoying it, and also comment below. In this video, I want you to comment which driver you're currently using in 2018 and are you considering changing for the end of the season or for next season. Now let's get into the video. Okay, tip number one. Do some research first. Do not walk into a pro shop completely blind. Do not walk into a fitting blind. Take a look at what you like the look of. Do a little bit of research first so that you know what questions you need to be asking the fitter or the retail assistant in the shop when purchasing a driver. Thing to consider number two. Take a look at what you like the look of. Go and see it a couple of times. Don't just walk into a shop first time and buy it. This is going to be more a male thing than anything else because we are pretty much programmed to be all the same. First thing we like the look of, we go in, we buy it, that's it. Make sure you take a look at a few different options. Do not buy the first thing that you find. Okay, thing to consider number three. Which drivers, and by drivers I mean manufacturers and brands, have I used in the past successfully? Because a lot of the time, if I've got on with a Titleist driver, if I've got on with a Ping driver, if I've got on with a Taylormade driver in the past, I'm going to stick with that manufacturer. I trust it, I know it, I'm going to go with it again. Let's see what they're offering this season. Number four of things to consider when buying a new driver. And this one might not please everyone. Do you need a new driver? Or is it something that a few lessons with your local pro, with your coach, with anybody qualified to give you an opinion could help out? A lot of the time we take a dip in form, we're not happy with our game, we go and spend some money and it gives us that honeymoon period, then we get back to the usual that we've been hitting beforehand. Is this going to be you, or are you going to make sure that you fix the problem instead of putting a plaster over it for a few weeks? I'm not saying that's everyone, but I've seen it happen. Number five, things to consider when buying a new driver. Do any of my mates have said driver that I can borrow and take out on the golf course? If you're looking to buy a new driver, a lot of the times you go into the pro shop, they have a demo, take it out on the course, absolutely fantastic, perfect. If you go and get fitted, all you get is the numbers from that day on the launch monitor in a nice warm bay with a coffee when you've been sat on the sofa in between shots. You get my drift. It's so important you try the driver on the golf course. Not only will you see the distance, but you'll also see the dispersion. You'll see how you handle that club in a pressure situation on the golf course. Number six. And again, this is something that a lot of people may not have considered. Yes, I want to spend some money. I've got some money on my account. I've got some money in vouchers and whatnot. I want to buy a new driver. I want to improve my game. So I'm going to buy a new driver. Is it a new driver that you need? Will that improve your game? Will that lower your scores? What about a new golf ball? If you're using a cheap golf ball, would buying a more expensive golf ball give you the distance that you're requiring? Sometimes we have to take a look at all of the equipment that we're using just to be able to say, is that golf ball performing for me, or is it the driver? It may be the driver, it may be the golf ball, it may well be both. Another thing to consider when you're going to spend £400 or £500 on a new driver. Number seven. Do I need this year's model? Will buying this year's model give me the distance that I'm craving, or would last year's model do it? You can still get hold of a couple of last year's models, and if you watch any of my reviews comparing this year to last year and so on and so forth, usually there's not a lot of difference. So if you've got a driver that's 10-15 years old, just take a look at the drivers over the last few years and see if you can save yourself some money rather than buying this year's £500 all singing all dancing model. A lot of the times there is a difference, but not that much difference. The one downside to this, I would say, is you would struggle to get fitted for a previous year's model, as fitting centres will only carry current models like we do here. Number 8 of my top things to consider. Am I looking to increase distance, or am I looking to better dispersion? This is a big thing. Every time people look for a new driver, the one thing they look at is carry distance. I've had fitting sessions with people and all they want to know is the bottom line. How far is the ball going? Am I hitting it further? Am I going to hit it past Bob? Am I going to hit it past Phil? That's all I want to know. Whereas actually, if we're looking to lower scores with a new driver, if I'm looking to increase scores with a driver, improving that dispersion number will make more of a difference. Trust me on that one. Okay guys, 2 more left. Stay with me. In at number 9, have I done my research on swing speed? Have I done my research on shaft options? What shaft am I going to be wanting in my new driver? If you're not going to get fitted for a driver, do not walk into a shop and say, I've always used a stiff 9.5 degree driver, because we all have, right? So that's what I'm going to buy. Take a look, get yourself on a launch monitor, go and see someone who knows what they're talking about, find out not only what shaft flex will help you, but also what shaft weight will help you. Match that with the right degree club head, you can improve your launch numbers, you can improve distance, you can improve dispersion, you can improve spin rate, you can improve everything! Sorry, I got a bit overwhelmed there. And the last thing, number 10, last but not least, in my list of top 10 things to consider when buying a new driver, what do you think it's going to be? Comment below. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Okay, I didn't give you 10 seconds, but we haven't got that long. Get fitted. If you're going to buy a new driver, you're going to spend £400, you're going to spend £500, go and see somebody who knows what they're doing with a launch monitor, with consistent golf balls. Get yourself fitted for the shaft, fitted for the head, fitted for the loft, fitted for the settings on it. Golf clubs have so many settings on them now, use them to your advantage. They don't make a massive difference, but they do make a difference. If you go and buy a driver off the shelf without trying it, without getting fitted, you are wasting your money, wasting your time. If someone comes into me and says, James, I'm in the market for a new driver, I'm going to take this one, the first thing I would say is, please, 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 let me book you in for a fitting session. We have so many more options you can try. We have different heads you can try, different shafts. How do you know that one is for you? If they've already been for a fitting somewhere else, absolutely fine. Everyone, I'm James Robinson here at Huddersfield Golf Club. If you've enjoyed that video, please comment below, let me know. Stick the thumbs up so I know you've enjoyed that video. And like I always say, smash that subscribe button. I've put one in the top corner for you there. There's no excuses. It's my face with the pink flowers behind. Click it, subscribe, click the little bell so you get the notifications so that when I do upload, you get to see it. And as always, if you are going to buy a new driver, let me know what you're going to get. See you soon.